Seoul, South Korea. It was supposed to be an ordinary day at the HYBE recording studio. BTS's Jungkook, the Golden Magne, is scheduled to finish recording sessions for his new song, which is scheduled for release later this year. But no one expected, including Jimin, who was present to accompany, that the process would turn into a moment full of emotions that shook the heart. The silence is broken by sobs. The studio where Jungkook records his latest songs is usually filled with professional nuances. However, this time it was different. According to HYB's unnamed internal source, when Jungkook began performing the chorus of the song, his hoarse voice suddenly changed. He stopped, took a breath, then his sobs sounded slowly but clearly through the microphone. Jimin, who was sitting in the control room, initially thought it was part of Jungkook's vocal technique that was amplifying the song's emotions. But when looking at the monitor screen, Jungkook's expression changed. His eyes were wet, his shoulders were shaking, and the microphone in his hand almost fell off. Everyone in the studio was silent. Only Jungkook's crying was heard. Even the sound engineer stopped recording because we all realized this was not part of acting or a mere emotional game, said one of the staff. Jimin: I've never seen Jungkook like that before. Jimin, Hyung's best friend who has been very close to Jungkook since their debut in BTS, admitted that he was shocked and shaken. After the recording session was paused, Jimin approached Jungkook, who was sitting hunched over on the studio floor, trying to hide his face behind his arm. I'm really worried. I thought he was exhausted or injured, Jimin said in an interview with Korea Dispatch. But when I asked him what happened, he just said, "This song is too close to my heart." Jimin also admitted that although he has known Jungkook for more than a decade, he has never seen him cry like that because of a song. A song about someone? What is the song that makes Jungkook so emotional? According to leaks from producers involved, the song is an emotional ballad titled You Left Anyway, written by Jungkook himself. The lyrics are full of a sense of loss, regret, and memories that cannot be erased. Many fans have speculated that the song was written for someone who meant a lot to Jungkook in the past, whether a former lover, a departed best friend, or even a memory of someone from his family. The part of the lyrics leaked to the media shows the sentence, "You said you were going to stay here, but ended up leaving without a word. I still hug your shadow in the silent night." These lyrics immediately sparked speculation from the army and the public. Social media is filled with theories about who is the figure behind this song. Some call Lisa Blackpink given the rumors of their closeness that once stuck out. Some say this is about Jungkook's childhood, which was full of struggle and longing for his hometown in Busan. Others speculate the song is for the father or a family member who had a difficult time with him. Jungkook's confession: this song honestly is... A few days after the incident in the studio, Jungkook finally appeared on a live broadcast on the Weverse platform. With his eyes still puffy, he chose to be honest with his fans. A lot of people asked me why I was crying during the recording. Honestly, I write this song on nights when I feel really alone. There was someone who once meant a lot to me, but we don't talk anymore now. This song is a letter I never sent, he said, holding his breath. Jungkook refused to name names directly, but his crying, the expression of his eyes, and the vibration of his voice made it clear just how deep the wounds were. I don't want you to think it's about love or romantic relationships. It's about loss. Everyone feels abandoned, right? No less emotional response of ARMY and Jimin. Taggart Jungkook crying soon became a trending topic in various countries. Many fans gave their support, sent messages of love, and expressed their pride at Jungkook's courage showing his fragile side. Crying is not weakness. It is precisely the courage to show the wound that is very inspiring, wrote an ARMY from Brazil. Meanwhile, Jimin also showed tremendous support. In an Instagram story, he wrote, "I'm proud of you, Kook. Singing the truth is not easy. The world will hear it and they will know how great your heart is." Not only that, Jimin reportedly even entered the studio the next day to help harmonize the backing vocals on the song, as a form of moral support for Jungkook. This song will be released? Choibi Speak Up. With the great attention of the public and the deep emotion that enveloped this song, many wondered, Will this song still be released? HYBE finally gave an official statement. We appreciate the emotion and honesty shown by Jungkook. The song will still be released as planned as part of her upcoming solo project. We are sure that this song will touch many hearts. The release date has not yet been announced, but an official teaser is expected to appear next month. Project is reportedly part of Jungkook's introspective and personal solo album, exploring his deepest emotional side as a human being, not just as an idol. Come an unforgettable moment. For many, seeing Jungkook cry in the studio is not just a matter of momentary annoyance, but rather a reminder that even the brightest stars have a fragile side. Jimin concludes with a single sentence that reflects everything. I think that's real music. Not about perfect tone, but about a heart that speaks. And that day, behind the soundproof walls of a studio in Seoul, Jungkook's heart spoke very loudly, and the whole world heard it. If you're ARMY, you know that Jungkook's tears aren't just tears. It was a bridge between him and his fans. This upcoming track will not only be a track in the playlist, but also an honest record of the emotional journey of a young boy who grew up under the spotlight of the world, and remains fully human. Jungkook said, "I'm not perfect, but I'm honest." A few days after the emotional moment went viral, Jungkook finally opened his voice through the Weverse platform. I don't know what to say. This song is very personal. I knew I had to be professional when taking vocals, but at the time I couldn't help it. I'm not a perfect idol, but I want to be honest. Thank you for supporting me even though I wasn't always strong. The message was immediately flooded with loving comments from the ARMY. Many said that Jungkook's courage to show his emotions was the biggest strength of this comeback. Behind the tears, there is an unspoken truth. That tearful moment in the studio became more than just a minor incident in the recording process. It was a window into the soul of a Jungkook, a singer, songwriter, and ordinary human being who carried a wound in his voice. Jimin, as the closest person, may have seen a glimpse of the truth that has been hidden. But only Jungkook knows for sure who he was thinking of when he sang the song. And maybe we'll never know for sure because some wounds are safer if they stay in the song. But for sure, this song will be one of the most emotional works in BTS history, and prove that the power of music is not only in harmony or melody, but in honesty born of tears. BTS manager. We can only support. BTS's longtime manager, who was also present at the recording process, gave his comments when asked by the media. As artists, sometimes they have to touch the most vulnerable side of themselves. For Jungkook, this is probably the most honest moment we've ever witnessed during his singing. All of us in the studio didn't say anything, just let him proceed in his own way. This reaction shows that despite his superstar status, Jungkook is still a human being who feels and experiences deep emotional wounds. In a world that constantly demands perfection, she dares to open up her fragile side, and that just makes her fans love her even more. ARMY reaction, we won't leave you alone. Shortly after the clip went viral, various love letters and messages of support for Jungkook began flooding social platforms. ARMY from various countries sent tribute videos, fan art, and open letters. One of the great fan bases wrote, Jungkook, you once healed our hearts with your music. Now allow us to embrace you through our love. Campaign with the hashtag Healing for Jungkook also appeared, followed by thousands of messages of love and support. It's not just about the curiosity of who she thinks she is when she cries, but how the fans want to make sure that their idol knows she's not alone.